I've been asked to preside over the speeches. Now, I've been told there are 5 of you.
Oh, good heavens.
So, I agree entirely. In my opinion, that kind of detail should be in the invitation. I would have thought twice. Anyway, so, to kick things off, and it's going to be a tight agenda, the father of the bride. Thank you very much.
Sorry. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today to help us celebrate the marriage of Gina and David. I'm sure you'll all play your part in making it a memorable occasion. Memorable, helped by this lovely venue we're in today.
Yes.
Beautiful place, lovely spot.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did actually have another venue in mind originally, but the pits at Brands Hatch was already fully booked. Now here, I mean, this is just a wonderful place, wonderful views out the window behind me, but of course, you'll have to take my word for that, because you obviously can't see past the bride and groom.
Yeah.
And anybody who tries to see past the bride and groom will be in trouble. But I have to admit, when I saw Gina just before the ceremony, and she was looking so beautiful and radiant, and I was feeling a sort of fatherly pride and admiration. I thought to myself, well, I'm going to give her away. Is that the music problem?
We're sorry, it's okay.
Charlie John.
So I was standing there looking at her, and all sorts of things go through your mind, and so you think, well, all the things we've been through together, and how much we mean to each other. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to give her away. But anyway, as you all witnessed, I did the business, I gave her away. It's just too late now to negotiate a better deal. Now it is traditional for the father of the bride now to relate some funny little stories. Those instances in her past life, you know, the sort of thing, the wardrobe disasters, the verbal faux pas and that sort of thing. But I decided to buck the tradition a little bit. I'm not going to do that. There's 3 reasons for it. The first reason is, it was difficult to choose a few from so many. The second reason is, a lot of them you have had to have been there to actually appreciate them. And thirdly, well, there were some you simply wouldn't believe anyway. So what I'm going to do instead, I mean, I look around me today and I see people who haven't known Gina for very long. And there's others who've known her forever. Or you might just see. So I'm going to ask you, just to cast your mind back.
Caroline, don't please be
Just think back to different, Gina's been with you in different situations, different circumstances, different continents even. But most of the time on the same planet. And just focus your minds on one particular funny incident. It could be a verbal faux pas, it could be a wardrobe malfunction, it could be one of those spontaneous responses which could be or may be appropriate at the time.
Or not.
Now if you're all focusing on that thought, now let's all look at the bride and see if the power of collective thought can make her blush.
No, I'm stronger than that.
Well, that's enough about Gina. Let's move on.
Why did you think quite
I think you can go to the toilet then. And when I realised, there was a point in last year when I realised that this friendship between Gina and David was could be developing into a long-lasting relationship. I thought I'd do a little bit of research into this potential service. So posing as a painter and decorator, I managed to infiltrate the Thompson headquarters. I liked what I heard, I liked what I saw, I was treated very well. They haven't asked me back, so I guess I made a bit of a
I'm finished. Takes his time.
You have to wait for perfection there. I was also able to infiltrate David's business premises. Equally impressed there. Yeah. Same trick, you know, worked again. Must be slightly gullible, I suppose. But no, I was impressed with what I saw there. It's the way he's developing his business. And he's a man who knows where he's going and he makes things happen. So I was well impressed. But then I had to move and investigate his sporting credentials. So it's a great personal sacrifice. I dragged myself to all these circuits around the country. And well, I was very impressed by the professionalism of Team Thompson. I must confess. But I suppose when you've been involved in the motorsport for 300 years, 30 odd years, then I suppose that's what you're going to expect to see. But no, I was impressed by his determination, his commitment to the sport. But I was equally impressed by the mutual respect that was obvious amongst his wide circle of friends and fellow competitors.
We're in. Oh yeah.
So I expected future meetings, Gina and I could be helping Derek in the pits. I mean, Wendy did make it clear the division of duties within the team. Derek does all the bike preparation and David just gets his leg over it.
We talking about the bike?
You're a bit slow, aren't you? No, but I was thinking in future there was one thing Derek did impress me. On one occasion, Gina came into the motorhome and he says, "Oh, good, now we've got somebody to do the cooking." There's a brave man in
I can cook now. Yes.
Oh, it's talking about those technical abilities. I expect in the future we will be assisting Derek in the pits in future meetings. So I think we will, yes, we might have L plates on so we can look forward to new lap records for David in the category of bikes racing with tyre warmers still. If after all this research I was, if I'd had any doubts, they would have been completely dispelled when I'd heard that after a conversation that David had with Gina's great aunt Betty, she was well impressed. Actually, it was earlier this year, actually, David, that conversation was indeed your final selection interview. Finally, there are family members who are sadly not with us here today. So, consequently, I must ask you all to work that little bit harder and enjoy yourselves in order to cover for their absence. Okay. So can you do that for me?
Yes.
Thank you. So let's continue by raising our glasses in a toast to the bride and groom. Gina and Dave.